appreciate not only the effort that goes to putting this together, but also the expense that they go through. And I think we should thank them very much. We're going to miss several families this year, more than I thought to begin with. We're going to miss the Gitanos, the whole family, Paul and Amaryllis and their family, Courtney, and who else am I missing? Two Courtneys. But, like I said before, at least I don't have to put up with heckling from the Gitanos. Also, we're going to especially miss Art Gitano this year because it's the first time that he's not going to be here, and I certainly miss him. When I was growing up here, I didn't have a big brother, but I did have some mentors that I looked up to, and there were two in particular. One was Eddie Pasternak, and the other was Art Gitano. And I think I owe a lot to both for at least the way I grew up. It was very important to me to be with them then. And as my mother would say, when she talked about Art or anybody that she respected and admired, she would always say, he's a good man.
And she would always say, that bastard eats too many pierogies.
That's probably the case too, also. But on a good note, although they're not here today, we have a new member of the family. And this one is a Stricker. His name is Cole. And we wish him a Merry Christmas. And we hope that he does well. I'm sure he will.
He's about to hotwire a car.
Get him off over here, I'll teach him.
Well,
Now
I want to talk about a couple of good things. And please, if I miss something, just be quiet.
The zipper's open.
I think we should recognize Greg. Greg has a new job this year, so we wish him luck. Guy has a new job this year.
Oh, wow.
We wish him luck.
Good luck.
What about me?
You're in Paradise Island.
And Edward has a new job this year, so we wish him luck as well. So that's nice news to have.
Can we stop talking about three-letter words?
No. The next thing I want to mention is now we have another person that deserves recognition, and he's not here. His name is Shane. Shane passed the professional engineering exam this year, so now we have two professional engineers in the family, Gary and Shane. And for those of you that don't know what it means to be a professional engineer,
We get paid more to do less.
you can go to school and go to engineering school and graduate with an engineering degree, but you're not a professional engineer. You have to pass a national exam, just like you can go to school and get a degree in accounting or finance. You're not an MBA, you're not a CPA. You have to pass a national exam. You can go to law school and graduate from law school, but you're not a lawyer until you pass the bar. So passing that professional engineering goal is pretty important. Now, Guy and I, we're non-professional engineers. Okay. Oh, I have to talk about some of the others that have made some significant accomplishments this year. One of them is Kelly Digitano. She is recognized as the #1 female high school soccer player by the Home News of New Jersey, and that's a pretty big accomplishment. She broke the school record at North Brunswick for the most goals scored. I think the record was somewhere around 100.
I was there that day.
And she finished somewhere around 128 or so. So that not only broke it, but she smashed it. And thirdly, she accepted a position at Monmouth University with a pretty substantial scholarship. So she deserves a lot of credit.
Yeah, let's hear it.
And Timmy deserves credit this year too. He proved that his head is just as hard as his Uncle Kevin's. When he tried to take on a car with his bicycle and wound up in the hospital with some broken bones and a concussion. But we wish him well anyway. Owen, you know,
When'd you
I,
get
I,
out of
think
jail?
I think it's a really big accomplishment when you finish your first semester in college and not flunk out. You did it, so that's very good.
Well,
Yep, he did well. Maya, another person that's not here, has sung in the Philadelphia Girls Choir for 10 years. And she's performed with them in Europe and in many concerts around the country here. This year, at their winter concert, which is held in Temple University, the great big hall, it's really quite a thing, she not only performed, but she was featured as a soloist on the violin, which is pretty nice, and that's good for her. So congratulations to Maya for that.
yeah, it was nice.
Very, very, yeah, oh my God.
Also, Maya is going to college next year, and as of today, she had her first acceptance. No rejections, just one acceptance so far. She's been accepted to George Mason University in Fairfax, Virginia, with a $56,000 scholarship, which is not dependent on her doing anything. It's just to come. They want her to come.
She's a stricker.
And she's going to be sending not only them but others a demo tape of her playing the violin and the guitar. And they probably would maybe like her to play. We think that'll help her get a spot in either an orchestra or something. Maybe a little more money. Never hurts.
Did you say taxes, Brian? Are you a future CPA?
Okay. Now, I think I mentioned this before, but I think it's also important to recognize Liam. He's going to be a star, and is a star now. I mean, he was the second year in a row the junior champion in the state of New Jersey. He played not only in the junior championship, but in the senior tournament, and did quite well. After 3 rounds, he was in 5th place, and did very good. He's competed in other tournaments, and not too many for me to remember, but he's finished in the top 5 and the top 2 in several tournaments, so he's doing okay.
I seen him kick the ball a few times.
They learned it from you.
And finally, I don't think anybody knew it. I didn't know it before today, but his father, Dan, is running for the PGA presidency
Really? Wow.
next year in November, and
Really?
Can we vote?
that's up. He was featured in Golf Magazine a few months ago for New Jersey, or this region, not New Jersey, but for the region. And now he's running for the national presidency, which he's got 2 competitors. So I think there's a pretty
Good
reasonable
luck.
chance to
Can I be your assistant?
It's a big commitment on his part because it takes 2 years as a secretary and then 2 years as a vice president before you're president. So it's a 6-year thing. But we wish him well. I think he's going to be working hard this year, giving speeches and working the phones. So wish you all the
Do you
luck.
have to move for that?
Does Mr. Kavanaugh know him?
He's read the article about Dan last year. We've passed that around. We like to brag on our relatives.
So I guess I talked longer than I anticipated, but thank you all and Merry Christmas. And I hope everybody has a healthy New Year. That's important.
Amen.
Somebody's hungry.
Something felt low.
Love you, Dad.
Somebody's hungry.
Let's eat.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Better send that, they're gonna wanna watch it when they're probably done.